This is why I'm super excited to have this set up because I can explain a little bit more of what I mean by, um, a well-planned meeting goes a long way. Because, like, even if you just start with the very, very basics, I always like just starting with a Word document in design. Oh, no, insert. That's what I want. I want design after. Insert table, 3 columns, sometimes 4, but I like 3 to start. Sometimes 4 is nice because you can have the time, subject, speakers, and notes. And this way you can always break down and into time slots for what you want to accomplish. And always being very realistic with your time is extremely important. Always a lot for a little bit more than you think. That way, if you're ahead, everyone gets a bigger break, and those breaks do count for a lot. Now, when it comes to here's the actual content, there's your classic opening, classic closing. What happens in between is actually very important because it can make a difference. So always have your open. You always have your say this is a full day type thing. You have your lunch, you got your break, and then let's say closing will be at 3 p.m. I want to make everybody tired, right? But we'll start 9 a.m. here. We'll do a lunch 12 to 12:45 and break. Let's figure out that first. Figuring out which subjects to put in a row in a meeting is kind of like being a really good DJ of figuring out which songs are in a good flow. Because you want the meeting to flow. You don't want it to be clunky. You also want it to be actionable and meaningful. Now, if you're looking for meaningfulness first thing in the morning, may not be the best thing. So first thing in the morning is more of a coffee, more of a wake up, more of a the wake up and meet and like get the brain working, right? And then after the break, people can mingle and talk. Then you can go into the meat of the matter. What's really important? Why are we talking about this? What points are we wanting to consider? Then you break for lunch. Then when you come back, you can then go into more the analysis of the matter. And then after the analysis, well, proposed proposed recommendations. With all this in mind, it gets a little easier because if you follow this structure almost every time, you're going to come away with something. What's nice too, though, when I'm talking about the structure of the meeting, it's also how you set up before and after. So, like before, have a announcement email. Send out the agenda. If there's any food considerations to put in there, be detailed in catering and accessibility. Accessibility in this case being, are there microphones? If somebody has a hearing aid, will you be able to accommodate the loop system? Or whatever system they have. Everyone's a little different. Some people just have to sit in a particular spot in order to capture more, and so on and so forth. And is there coffee nearby? Everybody wants to know about coffee, Coffee. So, and then of course after, send out kind of like a meeting minutes within 72 hours. I like 72 hours. I know that's not always possible, but like a week is even too much. So if you do it within 72 hours, you're doing really good. To allow for feedback with close off of a week. Giving people a week or two to be able to send back feedback is nice. And then final thank you, you email with summary. Within a month. This timeliness is very important because it keeps people engaged and gives meetings meaning. So be meaningful with your meetings and come up with a way to DJ your meetings nicely. And while every good DJ does have a song sheet, right? That's your agenda. And there's an analogy for the day of how to go about having effective and meaningful meetings. 'Cause meetings matter. Even if it doesn't feel like it, you feel like it can be met with a lot of slack. Heck, people get to go home early. Better than a pizza party even, you know? Reward people for going to these meetings. Make them meaningful. Because meetings are also a great way to improve morale for workplace too. This is your opportunity to improve that morale and create those connections that are important to team and workplace management and collaboration. And workshops beyond. Meetings happen in a lot of different scenarios that this format certainly fits within. Meeting matter.